Hi, this is Francie White. I'm a Feldenkrais practitioner in Eugene, Oregon. I'm also a somatic experiencing practitioner, and I wanted to show you these movements that immediately have almost all of my clients, no matter what their issues are, if it's just pure movement or if it's some kind of traumatic event that they're trying to work through. I work them up to pelvic circles. There is something about the movement of the pelvis that allows us to feel like we're empowered. So that is what we're working towards today. We're going to do pelvic circles. So come to lie on your back and just notice how you're making contact with the floor. And when you're ready, bring your knees up to standing. And now what we've done with the pelvic tilt is we've learned how to go up and down. So the pelvis is turning down a little bit, it's turning up a little bit. And keep in mind that if you have any kind of back pain, you can do it so small you're not even moving. So you can go just this far and it's still okay. And we've also done tilting the hip, so going back and forth, side to side. And again, if you have any kind of back pain, just stay underneath any level of discomfort or pain. Even if it's just like that small, the nervous system can't tell the difference. And just notice your breath. And so we've done these cardinal directions, up and down and side to side. And now what we want to do is see if we can connect those points. So come up to bring your tailbone away from the floor, and this can be called 12 o'clock if you want to inscribe a clock on your pelvis. So if this is 12 o'clock, then we go around to 1 and 2 and 3, and now we're in the position where we had tilted our pelvis to the right, and then come back up. And this is what I think I would call 9 o'clock. You'd have 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. So I'm going between 12 and 9. And keep in mind, I could not do this when I first started. It was really jumpy. It was really square. I could hardly feel it. And now I can do it really well, but it's only because I've done all these movement lessons and everything. My nervous system has learned how to connect all of these muscle groups so that they can do this movement. And so when you're ready, when you come down to 9, see if you can go down to 6. And again, stay underneath any level of pain. It doesn't have to be a big circle. It can be tiny. It can be little bitty. And the idea is to see how round you can make it, and if you run into places where you get any little hiccups or any jumps, just go slower through it. Just slow it way down. Way down. So you're going between 9 and 6 now. And just for fun, come on back up to 12 and go between 12 and 6. And keep it small, keep it slow. Only do what you can. So once you get down to 6, just take a rest for a moment. Notice how your back is laying on the floor. And then come back up. And I have to admit that when I first started and people would say, notice this, notice that, I didn't know what they were talking about. What do you mean notice? It didn't make any sense to me. And when things start to change, when you start to see these changes and you feel that your back feels different on the floor, that's when you're going to start to understand what notice means. So now let's start at 12 o'clock again and go the other direction. So we'll go around down to 3 o'clock and then back up And you're just trying to make it round and smooth. So if you have any jumps, any little hiccups, just do it slower, do it smaller. It does not have to be big. Always staying underneath any level of pain or discomfort. And then when you're ready, go on down to 6 o'clock and go between 6 and 12 here on the other side, on the left side. And if you're doing this for the first time, do not expect it to be smooth. Don't expect it to be really round. We're just working up to that. So there's a saying that we make the impossible possible, the possible easy, and the easy elegant. And the first step is to just be able to do it at all. That's making the impossible possible. So now when you're ready, this is what the circles are going to look like. We're connecting these points, these 4 points that we explored earlier. And so we're just doing these circles now. And notice, if you can, maybe your head is starting to do some circles too. Remember how we connected the head with the pelvic tilt and with lifting the hip. And so the head, if I weren't continually looking at the camera, my head should be making these things, should be echoing that same movement. And if it's not, go ahead and just do the movements the best you can and see if you can prime the pump. You can make a suggestion to the nervous system that maybe it wants to connect these two movements. Keeping it small, keeping it slow, and then when you're ready, change directions. This is really kind of a nice massage of the lower back too. And when you change directions, it may be that your head is going to change too, the way it's echoing the movement of the pelvis. And then when you're ready, just stop. Let it all go. And come up to sitting. Pelvic circles are just one of the best things you can do, almost no matter what your issue is. Anxiety or depression, pelvic circles. If you have any problems with your shoulder, pelvic circles. If you have problems with your feet, like plantar fasciitis, pelvic circles. If you have problems with your knees, pelvic circles. So often when the pelvis gets stuck, it causes problems everywhere else. Neck pain, pelvic circles. So I can't emphasize enough how important these are and how important it's been for me. My arthritis disappeared after my first year of training in the Feldenkrais method. And it's because of movements like this that it got my pelvis moving, because I had a stuck pelvis. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos when they first come out. And my website is integratedselfeugene.com. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.